Thanks, Mike. Jerry sitting through all that with us from the Tahoe Improv players. 30 years, huh?
25.
25
Please.
years. Feels like 30 with the wind chill.
I was going to say, I can't believe it's 25. 22, 23, yeah, but 25?
Yeah. And tell people, for those that have not seen what you do, tell them what you guys do.
Well, we are an improvisation theater company, which means we make stuff up on the stage from audience suggestions. We play what is called short-form improv, which is based on the idea of doing improvisation theater games, such as players will be given a line on a piece of paper to read in a scene, and then they must justify that line, and the line might be, "Where's the beef?" and they're talking about, skiing,
right,
and then they have to incorporate that into it. So that's the kind of thing we do.
So you can make up whatever you want, like local news.
Yeah, right, exactly. Why didn't I think of that?
Like national news these days, huh?
Right, we just get up and just throw it out there. We have a great time. We had our opening show for the season last Saturday, sold out, standing room only. And we had Laura Hall from Whose Line Is It Anyway, and her husband Rick were with us, on stage. And it was... I'm the director of it, but I have to say it's got to be one of the best shows we have.
And a show, when you go to a show, you don't have much idea what you're going to do. You're just going to come out there with, like you said, this opening line, and then just run with it.
We have no idea.
We
have absolutely no idea. I mean, how many? It's crazy. Before a show, I have no idea what we're going to do. I know what the games are going to be, but who knows what the suggestions are. So the best suggestion we ever had goes back to 1993 when we started. A little young lady came to our show and gave us milking a seagull when I asked for an activity.
Oh, I love it. Milking a seagull.
Right, and I've never forgotten it, and I use that name for my teen workshops.
Milking a seagull.
You never know when you're going to have to milk a seagull. You better be ready. You have to have a little bucket with you and very quick hands.
Yeah, and little tiny fingers.
Very
tiny. The teats are just so, you'd have to you can barely get in there.
Exactly, and don't get discouraged.
Yeah, bifocals, whatever it takes to get in.
Whatever it takes, right.
Yeah, I can see how fun this could be. Do you get people in this work class you're doing that have never done it, that are just saying, hey, I'm trying to just get more comfortable with not taking myself so seriously?
Yeah, exactly. So what you're referring to is this workshop, which I call a play shop, coming up on Sunday, and I'm asking folks to give it a try. You don't need to know improv. You don't need to be funny. As a matter of fact, we don't want you to, funny happens.
Right.
If you just play the game and have a good time, funny will happen. So you don't need to be funny, you don't need to be clever, you don't need to be original, as if there's anything left to be original about.
Right.
As a matter of fact, when you're not original, you're original. In a funny way, you say that you don't want to be clever. You just want to go with the flow. And in the workshop we do, or play shop, we'll play improvisation theater games, and you'll have a good time. There's no right, no wrong. You just have fun. For instance, you might be in a workshop in which, play shop in which you'll be working with 6 other people, and I'll hand you a feather, and I say, okay, you 6 people have to move this feather from there to there any way you want, but everyone has to be involved. Go. And what happens is they move that feather, and they might be, everyone blowing it in the air or carrying it. But they do it instantaneously. There's no talk. There's no, you do this, you do that. And by the time they're finished, they say, wow, we just did that. And we didn't think about it. And we worked together as a team. And it happens. So that's the kind of stuff we do in the play shop.
And for the play shop that's coming up, is there an age restriction? Is this for young kids and old people? Can you mix them all in there?
I'm going to go against we had established an 18 plus, but I'm going to lower it. If you're 15 and over, you can play in the play shop.
But don't you find? I was saying this to you during the commercial break. I have a 6.5-year-old.
Yeah.
And this is what she wants to do almost on an hourly basis. Daddy, pretend you're a nurse and I'm a doctor. It goes on and on. It's really good for an adult to get out of our whatever it is, out of our brains.
The brain is always there. You can't do that. That's why public speaking is so scary for so many people. I don't want to be made a fool of in front of somebody.
Right.
In a play shop that we do, we first of all establish a supportive and positive environment. And there's, no one.
Yeah, you have to do that first. Always.
And what you're talking about with your daughter, we all did that.
Right.
We all made things up.
And then most of us got away from it.
We get away from it because this thing up here starts wanting to protect us. Not that that's a bad thing.
Sure.
But when you're in an improvisation theater or in a workshop, play shop that we do, we want you to get out of your brain, and we help you do that. And it's just a lot of fun. I'll have a group of people, and I'll say, okay, 2 of you pair off. I want you to become a bicycle, physically a bicycle. You have 5 seconds to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and they do it.
Yeah.
And pretty soon you have 10 people. All right, you become a grand piano. So it's all about play. It's all about having fun, having a good time. And as far as the improvisation part, the serious part of it, that's a class that's a little different. We're not talking about doing a Shakespeare soliloquy, I mean.
How do people sign up for it? Is it on the Valhalla website?
Yeah, ValhallaTahoe.com, and you go to their events page, and you can sign up online. The cost of the workshop is $50, and it'll be the fastest 3 hours you've ever spent, and you'll have a great time. And I'm fun. What can I say?
Jerry Orton from the Tahoe Improv Players. We'll take a break and come back with your 7-day forecast. Stay with us.
Hello, my name is Nick Ward and I am the Sports Performance Director for Barton Performance.